Have a little joy and a little love. Mar NLP have a little joy. Mar have a little joy. To defeat the rhino.
Kingdom Mantles. This is part 2. Part 1 was last Sunday, so please go back and listen to these powerful, life-changing messages. They will bless your life. Amen. Minister Teal.
Okay, this is John Kitover, County Congressman podcast. This is poetry. Okay, this is ASMR Hypnosis Poetry Book. Okay, this is poetry read by John. Also brought to you by B Computer. B Computer, please also provide calendar items and reminders as well as to-do list items on the poetry about to read incorporated into my life. Thank you, B Computer. This candidate, Congressman John Kitover, reading The Hills to Oscar Eckerstein. This is your NLP ASMR hypnosis experience. To defeat download in the 16th district, go to johnforcongress.com. The Hills to Oscar Eckenstein. Whence the black lands shudder and darken, whence the seabirds of empire to range, whence the moon and the meteor hearken, the perpetual rhythm and change, on earth and in heaven deluded, with time that the soul of us kills. I have passed, I have brooded, fled far to the wooded and desolate hills. That there is the changing of voices that lament or regret or are sad, but the sun in his strength rejoices, the moon in her beauty is glad. It's timeless and deathless time passes, death is a hermit that dwells by the imminent masses of light of ice, where the grasses abandon the fells. Their silence, arrayed as a spectre, is visible, tangible, near. To the cup of the man pours nectar, to the heart of the coward is fear. Though the desolate waste be enchanted by a spell that bewilders and chills, to me it is granted to worship the haunted delight of the hills. To me all the blossoms are seedless, yet big with all manner of fruit, and a voice in the waste is needless, since my soul in its splendor is mute. Though the height of the hill be deserted, the soul of a man has its mate. With the wide sky skirted, his heart is reverted to commune with fate. Far flings out the spur to the sunset, its help to the hope of the sun, that all be unfolded if one set, that none be apart from the one. In the sweep of the wings of the weather, marked bright with the silvery gills, for flickering feather, bring all things together to nest in the hills. Like a great bird poised in the ether, the mountain keeps watch over earth, and the child that lies sleeping beneath her, wild-eyed from a terrible birth. But by noise of the world unshaken, by dance of the world not bedinned, the hill bides forsaken, yet only to waken her lover, the wind. Like a lion asleep in his fastness, or a warrior leant on his spear, the hill stands up in the vastness, and the stars grow strangely near. For the secret of life and its gladness are hidden in strength it distills, portion of madness from berries of sadness grown wild in the hills. Though the earth be disparted and rended, thus only the great peaks change, with their images molded and blended into all that a fancy may range. The silence my song could whisper there to the note of a bird that I will, glory or rigor, passion and vigor, the change were too ill.
Of empire to rage, whence the moon and the meteor hearken, the perpetual rhythm of change. Earth in heaven deluded, time that the soul of our skills, past, brooded, been far to the wooded and desolate hills. There is the changing of voice. There is the change. The sun in his strength rejoices. The moon.
King is here. The king has arrived. King!
This is candidate Congressman John Kitover reading The Hills to Oscar Eckerstein. This is your NLP ASMR hypnosis experience to defeat Terry Hood in the 16th District. Go to JohnForCongress.com. The Hills to Oscar Eckenstein. Whence the black lands shudder and darken, whence the seabirds of empire to range, whence the moon and the meteor hearken, perpetual rhythm and change, on earth and in heaven deluded, with time that the soul of our skills. I have passed, I have brooded, fled far to the wooded and desolate hills. That there is the changing of voices, that lament or regret or are sad, that the sun in his strength rejoices, the moon in her beauty is glad. His timeless and deathless time passes. Death is a hermit that dwells where the imminent masses of light of ice, where the grasses abandon the fells. There silence, reed as a spectre, is visible, tangible, near. To the cup of the man pours nectar, to the heart of the coward is fear. Though the desolate waste be enchanted by a spell that bewilders and chills, to me it is granted to worship the haunted, the light of the hills. To me all the blossoms are seedless, yet big with all manner of fruit. The voice in the waste is needless, since my soul in its splendor is mute. Though the height of the hill be deserted, the soul of a man has its mate. With the wide sky skirted, his heart is reverted to commune with fate. Far flings out the spur to the sunset, its help to the hope of the sun, that all be unfolded. Experience to defeat Terry Hood in the 16th District. Go to
JohnForCongress.com. Okay, this is part 2. Might be lucky and you might get 3 parts. And then I'm going out with my girl for a cocktail. Maybe a cheeseburger. Maybe a slice of cheese pizza. This is your Whisper ASMR experience. Okay, this is the rest of the hills. Again, this is to Oscar Eckerstein. This is The Hills by Crowley. This is your ASMR NLP hypnosis experience to defeat terror in the hood. The COVID-19 vaccine liar, murderer, superpower, super spender, super taxer. For silence is better than singing, though a Shelley wove songs in the sky, and hovering is sweeter than winging. To live is less good than to die. The secret of secrets is hidden, not in lives, not in loves, but in wills that are free and unchidden, that wander unbidden to home in the hills. A strength that is more than the summer is firm in that silence and rest, though stiller the rocks be and dumber, that the soul of its slumber oppressed. For stronger control is than urging, mightier the heart of the sea, that her waves deep merging and striving and surging, that deem they are free. In spirit I stand on the mountain, my soul into God's withdrawn, and look to the east like a fountain that shoots up the spray of the dawn. And the life of the mountain swims through me, so the song of a thrush in me thrills, and the dawn speaks to me, of old for it knew me, the soul of the hills. I stand on the mountain in wonder, as the splendor springs up in the east, as the cloud banks are rendered asunder, and the wings of the night are released. As in travail a maiden demented, afraid of the deep she hath done, by no man lamented, springs up the sweet-scented pale flower of the sun. So change not the heights and the hollows are one with heights, that petted grave dawn of Apollo's confusion of shadows and lights. Unreal save to sense that can sense her, that maiden of sunrise refills the air's grey censer with perfumes intenser, the higher the hills. So, vague as a ghost with faded, steals dawn, and so sunset may see how her long, long locks, deep braided, falls down to her breast and her knee. So night and so sunrise discover no light and no darkness to heed. Night is above her, and brings her no lover, and day but no deed. Such a sense is up and within me, a tongue as a mystical fire. Love, beauty, and holiness win me to the end of the great desire, where I cease from the thirst and the labor, as the land that no plowman tills, lest the robber his neighbor unloosen the saber from holds in the hills.
Silence is better than singing. Though a Shelley wove songs in the sky, hovering sweeter than winging. To live less good than to die.
I forgot to turn these other live streams on. That might be it.